Hello book addicts, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today I'm going to be talking about Last Sacrifice by Richelle Mead, and this is the final book in the Vampire Academy series. So there's going to be spoilers, so click away now if you have not read this far in the series yet, because, yeah, there will be spoilers. So, goodbye, non-spoiler people. So, Rose is locked away. She has been accused of murdering the Queen of the Moroi, and holy shit. So, I'm going to be leaving out a lot of details here, guys. A lot. And I'm sorry. I don't want to basically go through the entire book listing everything that had happened. But I will be listing major things that have happened. So, we left off with Rose being locked in a cell. She is accused of murdering the Queen of the Moroi, and Rose's friends know that she is innocent. She is hot-headed and rash and reckless, but she would not do something quite that bad. So they're trying to prove her innocence. But they don't have a lot of time. Her trial date was moved up, and once she has that trial, they'll pretty much carry out the sentence, which is execution, ASAP. So they need to buy some more time, and that means getting Rose out of that cell. So her friends secretly stage this huge jailbreak to get her out of the court into safety. Dimitri's going with her, and they're going to have Sydney Sage, who is an alchemist, help out there. And one thing I did not mention in my last review, apparently the Queen left a note for Rose telling her why she passed the age law as she did, and that is because one section of the Moroi wanted to use compulsion to force the female vampires who want to raise children into service, and that's messed up. Big time. So she passed the age law to try and slow that faction down. And she also lets Rose know that Lissa has an illegitimate half-sibling. So there is another Dragomir out there, and that means if she has that extra family member, she can rightfully have a seat on the council, which is stupid. They have this stupid family quorum law that basically says, yeah, each member of a family must have at least one other living relative to be able to have a seat on the council. And since Lissa's the last of her family, she doesn't have that family member, so she does not have a seat on the council, which is total BS. But if they find this half-sibling, they will give her her family quorum, and she will be able to have a seat on the council and be able to stop stupid laws like the age law from happening. So instead of, sitting back and hiding out like the original plan was, Rose wants to find this half-sibling. So this book is basically her, Dimitri, and Sydney trying to track down this sibling. Meanwhile, at court, there's all sorts of chaos going on with the elections for the next monarch, and thanks to another loophole in one of the laws that was pointed out by Victor, and Rose managed to convey this info to Adrian via spirit dream, which is very useful, telling them, like, hey, you'll be able to slow the election down and buy me more time if Lissa runs for queen, because people will be trying so hard to try and get her not to run. Technically, she can run, because there's nowhere in the laws there that says she has to have a seat on the council or a family member to run. She just won't be able to be elected because she doesn't have that family member. So this will buy them a little more time, and so they go through with it. Lissa doesn't like it, but she'll go through with it. So throughout the book, she's also going through the 3 trials. So she's going through these trials that all the other nominations have to go through, and they're pretty intense, but go Lissa for managing to go through them. And can I just say, I freaking love the twist on who Lissa's sibling is. The fact that it was Jill, I did not see that coming, and I thought it was really cool that it was someone they actually knew this whole time. And it's like, poor Jill though, because now she's going to be thrown into these political games, and oh my god. I just want to say, I'm also happy they managed to turn Mrs. Carp back into a Moroi. So yes, they have one less struggle in the world, and one more Moroi back in the world, as well as another spirit user. Things are intense in this book. We also find out there's another kind of section of the Moroi kind of off in the wilderness called the Keepers, and they basically follow the key of their roots. The Moroi use magic, they fight, Dampierres and humans freely mingle and have relationships with Moroi, and it's just, it goes against everything that Rose and Dimitri and Cindy grew up with. It's like, nah. And at the end, I was like freaking out when we found out who really murdered the queen. Just, holy freaking crap. We find out that it was Tasha, Christian's aunt, who raised him, who killed the queen. And just, I feel bad for that, because now, technically he is an adult now, so it's not like he needs a guardian, but the fact that someone he was so close to did this horrible thing is horrible. And now she's gonna be locked away for good. So that was horrible. And Adrian and Rose are no longer a thing for sure, because her and Dimitri got back together. Which I feel kind of fits better. I feel her and Dimitri have more of a chemistry than her and Adrian. And Adrian does not handle it well, sadly. So I feel bad for him. I hope things work out for him in the Bloodline series. I know he's a character in the Bloodline series, so I hope things work out for him more in that. And I have mixed feelings about the bond between Lissa and Rose being broken. I like how it's done. It makes sense. Though it's like, it's going to be harder for her to guard Lissa now, because that bond made a big difference, making it easier for her to look after, because she can see when something and feel when something is wrong with Lissa. So, but good for Lissa, I guess, since it means she has a little more privacy in her life. I also like how since they find Jill and bring her back to court and prove that Jill is Lissa's sister, she has the quorum she needs to be on the council, as well as be able to be voted for as the queen, which she is. She wins the election hands down, which is awesome, because it means that she can actually change these horrible laws and make things better for her people as well as the Dampierres. All in all, I thought this was a good series, awesome ending to the series, and I cannot wait to start reading Bloodlines, because if it's anything like Vampire Academy, it's going to be awesome and amazing, and I have a feeling I'm already going to love it. So that is it for this book review, and I hope to see you guys next time. So, see ya!